I'm Hugh Courtney, Dean of the D'Amore-McKim School of Business at Northeastern University. Today I'm at the IP Innovation Connection Conference here on campus and delighted to be here. Well, the conference is to bring together an interdisciplinary group of scholars, practitioners, and a lot of people from business consultants, lawyers, students, community activists, to discuss the types of environment that lead to innovation. And one thing we know from research and just kind of common sense is that innovation doesn't occur with people thinking great thoughts in a lonely room by themselves. They tend to come through the clash of ideas, cultures, backgrounds, and by its nature, it's a collaborative process. And so we're really trying to think about is how to create those better opportunities for that type of collaboration, because we know it leads to innovation and value creation. Innovation, by its very nature, in many ways, is radical, right? It's by definition, it's doing something new, and again, what we know about kind of progress, as a community and as human beings, as countries, it always comes through innovation. On the other hand, there's uncertainty in the near term as to whether the innovation will stick. There's always someone that's disrupted in one way or another by that innovation who feels like they may lose. And so there are many barriers. Some are just kind of mindsets, but others can be legal and regulatory. Others can be just kind of norms of behavior, risk aversion, things like that get in the way. And that's why it's so important to think holistically about the sort of environment within a society, within a business organization, within your club, within a campus like Northeastern, is what can we do to foster that sort of innovation. Well, I think what's interesting is that this focus on creating the collaborative environment, I think, is relatively new in innovation literature. And again, there used to be this sort of stereotype that, Thomas Edison, sat and thought great thoughts and was a great innovator and inventor as a result. Well, there are these examples of the lone geniuses, although I don't think Edison that's the right way to characterize what he did. I think we're better appreciating through the intersection of research and practice in business, in law, in design thinking and things like that have really helped us understand truly where innovation comes from. And it really does come from creating the right environment. As human beings, as social animals, we never do anything in isolation. And very subtly, the environment we're in, what's incentivized, what's rewarded, where does prestige come from, and then all the institutions we create as humans. What are the laws either favor or disfavor? What do our leaders say? What's the legislation they pass? All those sort of things come together. And the reality is we've known each of those in isolation. The newness, and what I really like about this conference today, is how do you create that entire system of laws, of culture, of leadership, et cetera, that drive innovation. And that is crucial in any society to moving forward. And there's some things we do well and some things we don't. But what we do know now is that the system has to come together. Any kind of chink in the system, if you will, slows the whole thing down. I think, it depends a lot on their background when they come in to begin with. For me, what I know is that there are certain things I know better than others coming to a conference like this. So I probably know a little bit more about economics and business organizations and their role in driving innovation. I know a lot less about public policy contexts. I know less about comparative studies across countries. So today we're focusing on China versus the U.S. in one case. And for me, that would be an eye-opener. I know we have some China experts in the room where it may be more about the things that I take for granted is what we know from organizational behavior research about how a leadership can create a culture of innovation or one that stifles innovation. That's just something I've lived and consulted in. But I know there are others in the room that will be a big insight for them. So I think it depends a lot on where you're coming from. This doesn't happen frequently enough, and partially is that, look, there are tons of innovation conferences where everyone in the room will be an academic economist, or everybody in the room will be an IP lawyer, or everyone in the room will work for a startup company. And what I think is unique about this conference is that we try to bring all those people together in one way or another and view it from a more interdisciplinary lens. That is, and in some sense, we're trying to practice what we preach about collaborative innovation anyway, is that you need people with different backgrounds, different perspectives, academic, non-academic, and so on, to really tackle issues like this. And I think that's what Northeastern is particularly good at, and why I'm happy that's happening here today. Well, I'm just delighted as Dean of the D'Amore-McKim School and one of the leaders here at Northeastern University to host an event like this. I think it's quintessentially Northeastern in that it's an issue that really matters, and we really focus on what we like to call use-inspired research. That means issues that matter. It's one that's interdisciplinary, and we're really good at bringing together people from across campus and in communities to tackle things like that. And finally, it's one that plays to our experiential learning focus and commitment, in that these sort of issues can never be solved in just the laboratory alone, right? These are social issues, and the best way to try them out is to iterate back and forth between thought leadership events like this and practice. And what I'm hoping is that everyone leaves today with an idea or two that they can bring back to their organizations tomorrow and see how it works and refine it in practice.